Okay, so we are live now. Hello everyone and welcome to the Oliveboard platform. And from today we have started this Biology Previous Year question series where we will be discussing the previous year questions for biology, and we will be continuing this series on every Tuesday at 1 p.m. So do not miss them live, because if you will join the sessions live, then you can also put your comments in the chat box and I'll be able to reply to them. All right. And also note that every Wednesday from tomorrow, same at 1 p.m., we are starting the chemistry previous year question series. Okay. So let us get started. Along with these two live sessions, we also have started the NCERT series where we will be doing the NCERTs right from class 6th. Chapter wise, we have started the biology now. We have started the science overall now, because there you don't have physics, chemistry, biology. You have the science book as a whole. Then we will go to 7th, 8th, and like this we will continue. All right. So let's get started with our today's session where we will be doing the biology questions. Question number 1. Proteins are digested and converted into what? See, whenever we are taking, say for example, pulses, legumes or the food which are protein rich, that means what we have there, we have protein. But what we have in our body is not protein, so it has to be broken down. So we have the enzymes like pepsin, then we have trypsin, then they will do their work converting of the peptones, okay, proteins to peptones, and then to peptinogens, and then finally to amino acids, right? So all these in detail we study in the digestive system. Now for the time being, what is the final form of protein? Protein will, what is the final form? It will be amino acids. So in our body, it is in the form of amino acids. Okay. Just like a computer understands the language of 0, 1, like that. No. Similarly, the body will understand the language of carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, like that. So it will be converted into what? Amino acids. Now please try to give the answers in the chat box. Even if one person is giving the answer, we will move to the next question. All right. Question number 2. DNA differs from RNA in having nitrogenous base. So how is the DNA different from RNA? Adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. This is there in DNA, but in RNA you have uracil. You don't have the thymine. So the correct answer here is thymine. Now look at this diagram. We all know that DNA is a double helical structure. So it goes like this, double helical structure. And what we have here is adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. This is for DNA. But in case of RNA, one, it is single-stranded, and second, there is uracil and there is the absence of thymine. So in DNA, if they ask you, adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine, and in RNA, if they ask you, adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. So this is the one which is different. Okay. Another is your, we have already seen double helical structure and single helical structure, and the type of sugar which is there in DNA, we have the deoxyribonucleic acid. So deoxyribonucleic acid is in DNA, and in RNA we have the ribonucleic acid. So these are the basic difference which we study, with which you can easily give your answer here. Okay. Now please try and give your answers in the chat box. Okay. I'm not seeing answers in the chat box. Please try. Now let us come to the Mendelian part, from where the questions can be asked. Gregor Johann Mendel, he was a monk and is famous for propounding what? He is famous for what? Mendelian mutation, Mendelian heredity, law of heredity, or cell theory is by Sheldon and Swan. So cannot be the answer. Theory of acquired characters. What is the answer here? Option number B, law of heredity. That is your Prabhat Ranjan. Absolutely correct answer. He has given the law of heredity. He studied the peas and then after that came up with the law of heredity. Now, how many pairs of characteristics were studied in case of the peas? There could be round pea, there could be shrinked pea. So similarly, the color of the pea, how many characteristics were studied? Anybody? How many characteristics were studied? 7, 3, 4 or 2? No answers yet? So total 7 characteristics were studied. Okay? 7 characteristics. Yes, 7 characteristics were studied. What are they? The pea shape can be round or wrinkled. The color of the pea can be green or yellow. We have seen green peas, we have seen yellow peas, right? Then the pod shape can be either inflated or constricted. This diagram is there in NCERT as well. When we will do the NCERT series, you will see the diagram, the image is given, a chart is given. Then the pod color can be yellow or green. The flower can be purple or white. The size of the plant can be tall or dwarf. And the position of the flowers can be axial or terminal. What is our requirement here is, please remember this flower of the color purple or white. This was asked once, that's why. Coming to the next question. What determines the sex of a child? In ancient times, you must have heard, even in present times also, some people think that whether it is a boy or it is a girl, if the woman is not giving a boy child, then get married to somebody else. But boy or girl will be determined by the chromosome of the mother or by the chromosome of the father. Mother has XX chromosome and father has XY chromosome. So it will be determined by option number A, correct. It will be determined by the chromosome of the father, okay, who has XY chromosome. Next question. What is the body's largest gland? Which gland is the largest gland? Salivary gland is found in mouth. Salivary amylase, it secretes, right? So that is not the largest. Thyroid is around the neck part, okay, that is also not the largest. Stomach is a J-shaped bag. And what is the liver? Liver is the correct answer. Liver is the largest gland in the body. Which is the largest gland? Liver. It is also the organ which, even if it is cut, it will grow to its original size again by itself. Okay, so that is possible with the organ liver. By the way, if they ask you, put this in the comment box, if they ask you about the tissue, then what will be the correct answer? Okay, put this in the comment box, that largest tissue, if they ask you, then what will be the correct answer? Which is also an organ. So they can ask about which is an organ. Largest organ also they can put it as. The previous years they have asked largest organ. What is your answer? Okay, put that in the comment box. Where is the body temperature controlled? The body temperature in case of humans, because we can regulate it, right? So it is controlled in the spinal cord, in the cerebral, in the hypothalamus, or in the pituitary. What is the correct answer? Which part of the, you can say, body in the head region will control the body temperature? Skin, yes, is the largest organ, that is correct answer, and hypothalamus is the correct answer for regulating the body temperature. So the answer will be hypothalamus. Let us have a look at this diagram. We study each and every part and their function for our exam purpose. For the time being, we will like to have a look at hypothalamus. Okay, so this is the part which controls. Okay. Now, this is how the spinal cord is connected. Now, let us come to the next question. The intake of food in amoeba is by whom? Who does this intake of food in amoeba? Now, amoeba, very simple structure. So, the food has to be taken in also in this structure only. So they will have false finger-like projections where the food will go and then it will be closed and then the food will be taken inside. So these false means what? What is the answer? Cilia. No. False means pseudo, right? Whenever the word pseudo is used, that means false. So this false finger-like structures are known as pseudopedia. They are known as pseudopedia. So they will intake the food with the help of pseudopedia. Alright. No, cilia for. Pseudopedia is for pseudopedia. By pedia means the feet or the hands and your pseudo means false. So the false finger-like projection, if you break down this word, no, for the intake of the food, that is only, okay, the answer. Which of the following, cilia is for movement, okay. Which of the following enzymes is found in saliva? Now, which enzyme is found in saliva? The answer will, another important thing is, if they ask you about the pancreatic juices, then probably they can give the salivary will not be mentioned. But here they have asked directly for saliva. So the answer is, what is the answer? Option number C or D? Option number C, that is salivary amylase. Salivary amylase, okay. If in case of pancreatic juices, that time they can give directly, but now here, even if it is not there, but we'll understand it as the salivary amylase. Let us look at the next question. In a healthy man's blood pressure, what is the blood pressure of a healthy man? It is 90 by 60, 120 by 80, 200 by 130 or 140 by 160. So what will be the correct answer? Yes, correct. That is your 120 by 80. That is the correct answer. 120 by 80 is the blood pressure of a healthy man. Now let us look at this question. We all know the function of the lens in the eye is to direct the light to the retina so that the object is visible. So with that in mind, let us read the question. The function of the lens in our eyes is to cover the eyes, that is eyelid, send message of images to the brain, optic nerve, change the focal distance of the eye, or protect eyes from injury. What will be the answer? Change the focal distance. Correct, Prabhat? Change the focal distance of the eye. This actually means that how it does is that it will help the light to redirect to the retina and then the image formation will take place, okay, and the object will be visible to us. So change the focal length. Let us look at the next question. Linkage was discovered by. Now this same P crossover for P's, we make the crossover diagrams, no? So this crossover and linkage was discovered by whom? It was discovered by anybody? Whom? Okay, no answers yet. It was discovered by Bateson. Okay, it was discovered by Bateson. Linkage and crossover also they can ask. That is for the same, the George Mendel had done the experiment, and later on for the crossover and the linkage of the genes, basically that was linkage of the genes was discovered by Bateson. Look at the next question. Thymidine dimer formation in DNA is caused by. So how in the DNA this thymidine dimer formation takes place is because of a, say, change or because of some mutation which happens because of what? X-ray, PNY ray, UV rays or infrared rays. What is the answer? Okay, no answer yet. So the answer here is this happens by the UV rays. With the UV rays in the DNA, there can be the formation of thymidine dimer. Okay, so answer is option number C. Now look at this revolution, and at present, say current affairs, or at present say what is important as of now. Previously they were obsessed with the green revolution, but now they can ask you about the protein revolution, about the sweet revolution. So what are the answers to this? Okay, golden revolution in India refers to the growth of what? Militancy in the northeast, oilseed production, horticulture, or increased importing of gold. Oilseeds? No. Golden revolution is with horticulture. Okay, golden revolution is with horticulture. Now let us look what is for what, so that this confusion is not there. Green revolution, we all know it is for food grains, and prime interest everybody took was for wheat. Okay, then golden fiber. See, the word fiber is there. With this we will be able to remember, that means it has to be some clothing material, so it is your jute. Golden revolution, horticulture. Green revolution, grey revolution is for fertilizer. Green revolution is for grains, wheat, etc. And grey revolution is where they will grow, that is the grey. So both are attached to one another. It will be easy to remember. Now see black revolution. Black revolution is for petroleum production. Now these are more important. They are asking about blue revolution everywhere nowadays. Blue revolution, blue, water, fish, fish production. We'll be able to remember. Dr. Arun Krishnan. Brown revolution, brown color, leather color. So it is for leather. It is for cocoa and other non-conventional brown chocolate, dark chocolate. Okay, like that you will be able to remember. Now see, many of the studies have revealed that the Indian diet, it has less protein in it. So now we have taken up the protein revolution, which is to emphasize that in the Indian diet which lacks protein, because majority of the part we take rice or roti, which is carbs. Veggies are less, fruits are less, and one source of protein, be it paneer, be it dal, that is very much important, or be it egg, that is very much important. Why? Because protein is less in Indian diet, and some fat is also required, say 1 tablespoon of ghee, or if it is cooked, then if it is cooked properly in something, then that is also fine. Just a second. Okay, all good. Okay, so that is why protein revolution is of importance now. And in the midday meal also, because there is this lack of protein in the Indian diet, they have tried to implement it. Now that is a different story, that it came from the government, but it went missing somewhere in between, because in many parts the child is still getting only rice and dal, that too watery dal. Okay, coming to the pink revolution. Pink, that means onion production. Prawns are pink, so prawn production. And pharmaceutical, this can be skipped if not noted, and pharmaceutical products. Red revolution, as the name indicates, red color tomatoes and meat. Round revolution, round, what is round? Potato, so it is for potato. Sweet revolution, very important. it is being paid a lot of attention, because one, by this beekeeping, the farmer will get the honey, so the income will be double, one by the farm and another by the beekeeping, and two, whatever the agriculture he is doing, these bees will help the farmer in not only doubling the income but also pollinating. And if you'll see, there are flower gardens in Kerala with beekeeping, both they are earning by selling the flowers also and by this honey beekeeping as well. Then if they ask you silver fiber, golden fiber was jute, silver fiber is cotton. Simple silver revolution means egg and poultry. So do not mix these two up, simple silver revolution and the silver revolution. Okay. Now we all know that white revolution or Operation Flood is for dairy production. Okay. Yellow revolution is for oil seed. Oil color, mustard oil, okay, it is a little bit brownish reddish, but the refined one is completely yellowish, no? So by that you can remember. Evergreen revolution, that is the overall development of agriculture. So from time to time this must be revised so that it is not forgotten, because easy marks. Now try and answer the next question. Which one of the following weeds is effective in controlling water pollution caused by industrial effect? It is good also, it is bad also. Okay, so both questions answer, this can be the answer. Elephant grass, when you go to some national park, then you will see some tall grasses are there, so that is the elephant grass. Anybody? No, the answer here is water hyacinth. Water hyacinth. Nowadays it is so impressive. Some handicraft industry has taken up this otherwise useless, which will grow full on top of the water surface. It will decrease the oxygen supply to the fishes and the marine, not marine, but in case normal ecosystem of the pond or the lake. It will disturb, and it is not even an Indian species. It is like those invasive species which kills the original population of the pond, and it will only grow by itself. So it's a weed, right? But still it is effective in controlling the water pollution which is caused by the industrial effluents. Okay, so it is your water hyacinth. Yes, what I was telling you, it is impressive that some cottage industries have learned to make handicrafts out of these otherwise considered useless plants. Handicrafts, how impressive is that? The green plants are called, we all know this, I think everybody can answer. Water hyacinth, yes. Are known as producers, yes, because they produce their own food with the help of sunlight, and in the presence of sunlight with the help of carbon dioxide and water. Okay, they will produce their own food. Now coming to the next question, spraying of DDT on crops causes pollution of. The spraying itself, when this question was asked first, no, then the answer was very difficult. Why? Because the spraying itself will cause the air pollution. Yes. Then it will go to the soil, so it will cause soil pollution. And then the water will flow and then it will go to the river, so it will cause the water pollution also. So actually it is causing all the three, but we have to select only two. Which two we will select? Sometimes they will ask like that also, no? Which two we will select? Any guesses? We will select that they are causing air and soil pollution. Yes, otherwise it is causing all the three kinds of pollution, that is air, water and soil. All the three kinds of pollutions it is doing. Okay, so the correct answer should actually be air, soil and water. This should be the correct answer if you find this as the option. Okay. Come to the next question. The gas used for artificial ripening of fruits. Normally mangoes will ripe in the tree. Okay. And it has to be eaten locally. And even now, those bananas which grow in our home, it will start ripening by itself, and whatever we can eat, we will eat. We have to distribute it to the neighbors. You cannot eat that entire thing by yourselves. We have to distribute it, because within that same week only it will become bad. But the farmer has to transport it to long distances, right? As a result of which they are using the, any guesses? Ethylene, correct. They are using the ethylene gas. And nowadays you see videos of dipping it into some solution and then covering it after plucking it absolutely raw. What they are doing is they're transporting it to long distances. Okay. Banana, you buy online. You see the online ordered bananas will not be spoiled for a week. You buy from a local vendor, you will see in 2 days it will be spoiled. Okay. Because of the ethylene gas. The main source of water pollution is, what is the main source of water pollution? Let us take the example of Yamuna, for example. What is the main source? Sewage water, rainwater, atmospheric pollutants or well water. And one option which is not here is your industrial waste. Which two? Sewage water, correct. Here the answer is sewage water is the correct answer. Okay. Yes, they use calcium carbide as well, correct. They use calcium carbide as well. Okay. Now see, sewage water is the prime reason, prime factor behind that frothing in Yamuna which was seen, no, in Delhi. Then during the Chhat time it was clean, and now again the frothing has started. So the sewage water is the main reason behind the pollution of Yamuna river as well. And otherwise for water pollution, these two are the main. Sewage water and industrial waste, these two are the main responsibles. Okay. Coming to the next question. Cutting of trees in a forest is called, very simple. If we are cutting tree, what is it called? If we are planting tree, what is it called? If we are cutting the beautiful multiple plants, jungles, and putting one single plant in there or replanting it, both can be done. That is known as what, or none of this? Deforestation. Yes, it is. And in case of the cutting of trees, it is known as deforestation. Okay, it is known as deforestation. If we are planting the plants, it is known as afforestation. And you know what the Britishers used to do? Many a times they needed the specific kinds of wood for the railway, etc. So this natural forest which was present, they cut it down and they did make it like an artificial forest, but of the trees which are required for them. So that is the specific type and somewhat near to the reforestation. However, another thing is there are some tribes, say for example the Garo and the Khasi in Meghalaya. What they do is they will clear up a piece of land, they will slash and burn it, and then after they slash and burn, if say some other people find that okay, let us do the foresting here again, let us again try to build an artificial forest, again growing trees there, then that can be your reforestation. Earth Day is observed on which date? 16 February, 4th April, 22nd April or 17th September? That is shifting cultivation. Yes. So when is Earth Day observed? Earth Day is observed on. Yes, correct. It is observed on the 22nd of April, and it is the day where globally the environmental awareness is generated on that particular day. Now coming to the next one. How many pairs of ribs are there in the human body? We have the lungs, then the alveolar sac and the bronchioles, all these are there, but the lungs are very soft, so outside there is the rib cage cover. So how many pairs are there? There are total in pairs, okay, 12 pairs, correct. Option number C, that is there are 12 pairs of ribs. Next, Albert Sabin is known for developing. What did he develop? Albert Sabin. Did he develop the smallpox vaccine, polio vaccine, penicillin or hepatitis B vaccine? Who discovered the polio vaccine? Direct question. You're saying hepatitis B. Who discovered the polio vaccine? Jonas. This has been repeated many a times. Okay, so here polio vaccine, if they ask that if one answer if they ask is for your John Salk, and then another if that option is not there, Albert Sabin further developed this vaccine. Okay, next question. The largest unit of living organism on earth is? 1. We have the lithosphere. Then we have the stratosphere. We have the lithosphere. Then we have the hydrosphere. Then we have the atmosphere, and then what connects all the three is your biosphere. Now, the largest unit of living organisms on earth is known as what? Is it known as biosphere? Or biome is the complete to where the living beings can exist. Ecosystem is, say for example, even aquarium is also an ecosystem, and population we all know. Okay. The largest unit of living organisms on earth. Okay, I can see that you have given biosphere where everything will coexist. Okay, so A is the correct answer. The two components of ecosystem are, what are the two main components? In the entire ecosystem, either something can be living or something can be non-living. Okay, like water, soil, all these are non-living. Air is there, non-living. Biotic and abiotic. Very good. So biotic and abiotic components. The two components of ecosystem are biotic and abiotic components. Okay. The OTC medicine. OTC means over the counter. Over the counter. Directly you go to the counter and you order it. The over the counter medicine crocin. Crocin is used for as a painkiller for headache. And all these headache types are known as what? Are they known as antiseptic? No. Are they known as antipyretic? analgesic and antipyretic or analgesic only. So those who are analgesic, that means they will relieve you from the pain. They are the painkillers. For example, there is a tablet known as NICE, which is another OTC medicine. Okay, that is for painkiller. Then you have the antipyretic. This is for if somebody has fever. Today itself in the chemistry class we were studying this. So this is if somebody has fever. Now there is paracetamol as well, no? Paracetamol. Another question can be, what is paracetamol? Is it analgesic or antipyretic? We think it is antipyretic for fever reduction, but paracetamol is both analgesic and antipyretic. That is why if some people will consume paracetamol and NICE together, go to the doctor and say that I had paracetamol and NICE together, what the doctor will say? Doctor will say it will affect the kidney badly because it is already both. Okay, it is not antibiotic, it is analgesic and antipyretic. Yes, analgesic and antipyretic. Crocin, paracetamol, same series medicines these are. Okay. Next, the word ecology was first coined in 1866 by. Who coined the word ecology? Charles Darwin, Robert Whittaker, Arthur, or Ernst Haeckel? What is the correct answer? Yes, Ernst Haeckel is the correct answer. Oh, so here, from here, I think the slides have matched. So we will end this class here, and from here we will continue in our next Tuesday 1 p.m. class. Okay, tomorrow we will be doing the chemistry session for previous year questions only, and that will be at 1 p.m. Also, if you want to do the biology NCERT series, not just biology, again and again I am writing biology because this is the biology previous year question series. So it is basically the science NCERT. Okay, it is the science NCERT. If you will do the science NCERT, then it will help you in all the examinations. We have started from class 6, then we will do 7th, 8th, and like this will continue chapter wise. So you can do this already in the form of videos. It is available in the channel, and I am going to cover this entire part in chapter wise mode only. Okay, so take care everyone, stay blessed, and please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not subscribed yet. Okay, thank you.